like to give this narrative that everything was great in our generation. But the reality is that they don't come from the store. They are a product of our successes and our failures.
Right? When older people are actually real with us about how they overcame the calamities and the injustices that they went through, if they can vocalize that more, that creates an environment for us to feel free to want to express those things that we've been through. Young people don't want to know what you went through just to know your business. Young people want to know what you went through just so I don't feel trapped or I feel alone. Because a lot of times when I'm talking to young people, I hear young people say, man, I never heard a pastor talk about the fact that he was abused, sexually abused, or another guy, but it gives me hope to know that I've been through what I've been through, but I can keep pushing, knowing that I can overcome these things.
But when you get parents open up in front of their kids talking about the pain of their childhood experiences, then we can talk about sexual violence that young girls are experiencing, because women are not talking about that with their daughters. And people are like, well, what does that have to do with hip hop? For me, these are the crises. After 20 years of working with young people, this is the real of what's going on. And it's not just women that have been molested. It's a lot of young men. And talk about the stigma of not being able to talk out about something. A lot of this rage that we see expressed as a people is not just from systemic injustice, it's from interpersonal pain and oppression. So.
I mean, there's different ways you can look at hip hop. On one hand, it can be usurped by the media into trying to sell things. But if you look at the real core of what hip hop is about, it's about transformation. It's about transforming a culture.
All of the best art, not entertainment, but all of the best art in hip hop is free. If you really just take the time to expand your horizons, there are amazing artists all over the world making like revolutionary, conscious hip hop that you can get access to just by looking it up.
You create a safe environment. In our space, that's what our hip-hop culture is about. A safe environment for young people to be who they are, to speak honestly.
Every time, I hate and love hip-hop in the same amount. How could you fight so much for freedom and try to suffocate me? How could you fight for freedom and try to own me?
Moving away from coping with the systemic forces that try to attack us, and instead focusing on the healing that tries to make us whole and well, because if we are whole and well, then we can not just respond to everything that's coming at us, but we can actually create different kinds of systems and ideas and communities. This is about creating communities where we are well. That's what we've done at Leadership Excellence, is take Black youth and create an insular community around them where they can see well adults and they can have wellness. I'm personally no longer invested in challenging systemic oppression just from a theoretical standpoint. I'm not responding to the next report comes out, the next attack. I'm personally interested, my next phase is in building well communities, because well communities are prepared to create something to shift the whole paradigm. That's just me.
The idea that we move to a place through the process of art making, we move to a place of individual and collective transformation, right? I think I heard, when I asked what we'd learned so far, that was a theme that came up. But this idea of collective transformation, and very specifically, moving and working in a place where we are not product-oriented and we are not process-oriented in terms of finishing with a defined product. We are oriented fundamentally around the idea of change. I just want to affirm and hold space for all of us to move forward without fear of love. Yeah? Love is a crazy four-letter word, and folks tend to be afraid to use it, especially in hip-hop culture. But it is that space of mutual accountability and respect where I think transformation is most viable and most possible.
Bringing back the love, remixing borders, and hip-hop for healing. In just 3 days, this conference showed us how to take our vices and turn them into verses of expression, using hip-hop as a medium to heal, create unity, and propel change. Vices to verses, a new era of hip-hop and action.
Everybody say, tell them, come on, since we've been together, ooh, loving you forever. Everybody hit the high note, come on. It's what I need.
The most important thing is the sustainability of it. They need to make sure that this conference happens again. I can teach you the history of hip-hop, but the students are hip-hop.
That's why events like this are so important, because they bring people together, it creates synergy, people are able to build and see. Also too, I think an important part is see that you're not alone.
This type of event can make you feel like, whoa, there is a huge amount of hope in me right now. You know? I want to do this again.